Now, I would like to take you back to, let's go back to many years ago. I think it was 1997, perhaps. I wrote a book called The Dilbert Future, in which I made a number of predictions. One of the predictions in The Dilbert Future, lo these many, many years ago, was that the media would start killing celebrities to create news. That was actually, and by the way, that was a serious prediction, that there would be a time that the media, through its influence, could actually kill people, and it would just generate their own news. And you're actually seeing that happening right now. The media created this hallucination that Trump was Hitler, which makes all of his helpers, Hitler helpers. And sure enough, the media effectively created a situation in which they could be, in which somebody would take a shot and feel like they were doing the right thing. So I wanted to talk about that, but I also wanted to talk about the big question of the day. So you're going to see this argued all day long, and I want to frame it for you. What you're going to see argued from Democrats, mostly, is they're going to say, somewhat mockingly, oh yeah, I'm sure he got, radicalized by Rachel Maddow. Are you kidding me? LOL. So you're going to see that all day long. I'm sure listening to MSNBC turns you into a killer. Sarcasm off. So all day long you're going to hear that. Let me put this in context. If you're talking about one person, just chosen randomly, pick a person, and then expose that person to a bunch of, let's say, violent video games and, mainstream media saying that the president is Hitler and that sort of thing. The average person, and in fact almost everybody, will not go kill somebody. So when the left says, mockingly, sure, he listened to Rachel Maddow and went and killed somebody, they have a point, a good point, if you're talking about the average person. But the trouble is that by the time somebody actually goes and picks up a gun and kills somebody, there's not just one variable that made that happen, right? But it almost certainly, for a crime of this specific nature, almost certainly required that the person doing the shooting believed he was on the right side. Meaning, I think this guy believed, crazy as it may seem, I think he probably believed that if he killed some Republicans, he would, die a hero. And I think he could be somewhat forgiven for thinking that, based on, whatever network he happens to be watching television on. And so the word radicalized seems to be coming into popular use today. Somebody just mentioned that Katrina Pearson retweeted me this morning when I used that word, radicalized. And I think Rush Limbaugh was using it. My guess is that a lot of people sort of simultaneously realized this would be a good word. But the persuasion power of this is really strong, because the left operates on a sort of an analogy basis. So everything is an analogy. So which doesn't make any sense. There's no reason involved if people are just making decisions based on analogies. But it seems to be popular on the left, and this situation creates a terrible analogy. It ruins their analogy of the Republicans being the bad people. And by the way, I've been watching a lot of people tweeting about this, and the thing I don't see, and it's sort of conspicuous by its absence, what you don't see is a bunch of Republicans saying, maybe we should start shooting too, Like, just nothing like that. There's just nothing on the Republican side that, unless I'm looking in the wrong places, you know. Summer of Resistance. Has it been branded the Summer of Resistance? Because this is certainly going to take some of the steam out of it. See, the trouble is now, if you march in the resistance now, this asshole today is ruining your brand. So I don't think it's too much to say, you know, it's not too far, I don't think, to say that this guy's victims were, you know, congressperson and several other people, but also the other victim here was the Democratic Party, because I think he just mercy killed the entire Democratic Party. Yeah, a lot of their the trouble is whether it's true or not that the way the left has portrayed Trump and his administration, you know, whether it's true or not that made a difference to this one, this specific crazy guy, it's hard to know. But it would be hard to imagine it didn't, because where's he getting his news? You know, these were not random victims. He picked them based on, you know, a belief that he was probably doing something good.